Face Dances is the ninth studio album by English rock band The Who. It was released in 1981 on Warner Bros. Records in the United States and on Polydor Records in the United Kingdom. It was one of two Who studio albums with drummer Kenney Jones, who had replaced Keith Moon after his death 3 years earlier. Despite middling reviews from Rolling Stone and other critics, Roger Daltrey went on record saying he liked this album in a 1994 interview. Some critics, notably in the Boston Globe and a review in April 1981, said it was The Who's best album since 1973's Quadrophenia. The album peaked at number 4 on the US Billboard album charts and number 2 on the UK album charts. The album cover features paintings of the members by many British painters, who were commissioned by Peter Blake, designer of the cover of the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album. Artists include Tom Phillips, Richard Hamilton, Alan Jones, David Hockney, Clive Barker, Bobby Kittish, Howard Hodgkin, Patrick Caulfield, and Blake himself. In 1992, Censor Records re-released the album on CD. It only held the songs from the original LP. In 1997, the album was remixed, remastered and re-released by MCA Records with 3 outtakes as well as 2 live tracks. The live track, How Can You Do It Alone, is an edited version of the live performance. You Better You Bet was the first single from the album. Its music video was one of the first music videos aired on MTV in 1981 and was the first video ever to be shown more than once on the channel. Live performances. Every song on this album, with the exception of Daily Records, has been performed live by either The Who or one of its members' solo projects. On the band's 1981 tour supporting the album, 5 songs were performed live: You Better You Bet, Don't Let Go the Coat, The Quiet One, Did You Steal My Money, and Another Tricky Day. However, only You Better You Bet, The Quiet One, and Another Tricky Day were played after the tour. You Better You Bet is one of the band's more famous live songs, being played in almost every tour following 1981, namely 1989, 1999, 2000, 2002, 2004, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2013, and 2015. Live performances of this song did not differ much from the studio arrangement, save for the guitar solo, which was usually played differently. Don't Let Go the Coat was played in every concert of the 1981 tour, but did not last past it. The Quiet One was written by Entwistle to replace My Wife on stage, and it did for the years of 1981 and 1982. However, in the preceding tours, this was never played again and My Wife was brought back. Did You Steal My Money was only played 4 times on the 1981 tour, 3 of those times as an encore, and usually leading into another song. How Can You Do It Alone was first performed live much earlier than the release date of the album. In fact, all of its live performances came before its release. In 1979, Townshend introduced this song with a different, faster arrangement with different lyrics during the encores of the North American leg of the tour. It was played once more in 1980. A version more similar to the studio version was played at a concert at the Cornwall Coliseum in St. Austell on January 30, 1981. By that time, the lyrics had been more or less set in stone. However, it was never played again after that concert. Another Tricky Day was also performed live first before 1981. Townshend introduced some lyrics of the song during a jam of Dance It Away in Los Angeles on the 1980 tour. 1981 performances of this song featured a lengthy jam at its conclusion, and these versions could reach as long as 8 minutes. In 2002, this song was brought back for the North American tour as a tribute to Entwistle, who died right before the start of the tour. The song was played a few more times in 2004 as well. Cash Cash, and You Were never performed live by The Who, but Daltrey performed the former once on his 2009 Use It or Lose It tour, while the John Entwistle Band sometimes played the latter during their concerts. Track listing: all songs written by Pete Townshend except where noted. Original LP release and Censor Records 1992 CD re-release, 1997 reissue bonus tracks. Personnel: The Who, Roger Daltrey, Lead vocals, Pete Townshend. Guitars, keyboards, backing vocals, lead vocals on I Like Nightmares, Somebody Saved Me, and live edit of How Can You Do It Alone, John Entwistle. Bass guitar, backing vocals, lead vocals on The Quiet One, Kenney Jones. Drums, additional musicians, John Rabbit Bundrick. Keyboards, synthesizer, backing vocals, production, Alan Blask. Engineering, Chris Charlesworth. Executive producer, Bill Kerbishley. Executive producer, Greg Fulginity. Mastering, Ted Jensen at Sterling Sound, NYC. Mastering, Bob Ludwig. Remastering, Jimmy Patterson. Assistant engineering, Terry Reed. Assistant engineering, Robert Rosenberg. Executive producer, Bill Samkirk. Production, engineering, John Walls. Demos. At AIR Studios, engineer, album artwork, Michael Andrews. Paintings, Brian Aries. Photography, Clive Barker. Paintings, photography, paint box bronze on rear cover, Peter Blake. Album cover design, concept, paintings, Patrick Caulfield. Paintings, Gavin Cochran. Photography, Richard Evans. Graphic design, Richard Hamilton. Paintings, David Hockney. Paintings, Howard Hodgkin. Paintings, David Inshaw. Paintings, Bill Jacklin. Paintings, Alan Jones. Paintings, Abhi Kittage. Paintings, Tom Phillips. Paintings, Patrick Proctor. Paintings, Colin Self. Paintings, Joe Tilson. Paintings, David Tyndall. Paintings, in the order they are presented on the sleeve, the pictures are painted by Pete Townshend, Bill Jacklin, Tom Phillips, Colin Self and Richard Hamilton. Roger Daltrey, Michael Andrews, Alan Jones, David Inshaw and David Hockney. John Entwistle, Clive Barker, Abhi Kittage, Howard Hodgkin and Patrick Caulfield. Kenney Jones, Peter Blake, Joe Tilson, Patrick Proctor and David Tyndall. Sales chart performance, album, singles. Sales certifications. External links, www.thuho.net. Face Dancers liner notes. Retrieved February 13, 2005. www.allmusic.com. Face Dances credits. Retrieved February 13, 2005. References